coming up here. He just was behind Aiden last year, but he actually helped us rally back our first year in the Wapakoneta game. The kid has an arm. He's going to be behind our senior center, Braxton Starkey, this year at the quarterback spot. And he has been a vocal leader from the time that we got finished with Bellbrook all the way up until today. He has set up things with his wide receivers and his offensive line on their own throughout the offseason just to prepare for, getting our offense off to a fast start this offseason. So I'm really excited to see what Jake Stevens does this year. We were replacing a Caden Dennis and a Thad Stuckey is really hard to do. Both of those young men had over 1,000-yard seasons the last 2 years, so that is pretty hard to do. But we have some young kids coming in. Josiah Puller is going to be a sophomore. We have Bryson Schutte that will be a senior that's going to also play some linebacker for us, and he'll run the ball as well. So we have a lot of weapons that are coming up. We've been very fortunate to have a really good feeder program and development program at our middle school and youth program. So we're really excited to get those young men rocking and rolling.
It's hard not to get fired up when you're listening to him. This is Ryan Evans, the head coach of the Wilmington Hurricane, and they're taking on Northwest tonight in the opener. And Coach, what do you know about Northwest? What can we expect from them, and what can you expect from them tonight in your game?
Both their offensive coordinator, their head coach are both really good guys. They're both good friends of mine, and they're going to have those young men prepared. They've already shown that on tape. It's going to be a really fun game, a really energetic game. I'm expecting that they're going to be fundamentally sound, and they're going to come out and play really good football. Like I said, both those coaches are really good guys and really good football coaches, so they're going to have them much more prepared this year than it was a year before. A full year in their system is definitely going to help them for sure. So I'm excited to see them. We obviously want to come on the winning side of this thing here tonight, but moving forward, I hope really good things for the Northwest Knights.
Yeah, and you look at your non-conference schedule after tonight. You guys, you go out and you take on Miami Trace, and then you got Mount Healthy at Mount Healthy. You got a couple SWAC games in there, and
yes,
talk a little bit about your non-conference schedule and how you sort of form it and what you're looking for there.
Yeah, so when I got here, I wanted to up the competition level of our out of conference games. Our young men, we're at a point right now in this rebuild to where I think that our young men understand that we have to play some talented football teams to get to where we have to go, and they're embracing that. Their preparation this all season has shown that. So we definitely we just re-signed with Mount Healthy again. So this is the start of a new contract for us. So we'll see them again next year as well. And we just put on Chillicothe this year. That's a part of a 2-year deal with us as well. We definitely loved the Ross game last year. That was a game to see. We ended up beating that team in a 2-minute drill, a true 2-minute drill. It was just something to talk about. So Mount Healthy is obviously going to bring that athleticism and that speed that we continue to prep for every single year. And it'll be another really good game. Miami Trace, again, that's another game that we won last year in a kind of like a 2-minute situation. And we want to keep those types of teams on our schedule because that's what we're going for. We want to start showing not only just our conference and the city of Wilmington, but the state of Ohio that Wilmington Hurricane will be something to reckon with. So that's why we make that out of conference schedule really tough, and then we open up conference with Clinton Massey, and that'll be another tough one. So we just wanted to make sure that our young men play the best talent that we can get.
There you go. That's Ryan Evans, the head coach of the Wilmington Hurricane. They are taking on Northwest tonight, and we look for big things out of the Cane and this season. And Ryan, thank you for joining us, and we'll talk to you down the road.
Thank you so much, guys. Take care.
All right. Well, that's going to wrap it up for the pregame portion of high school football tonight. And don't forget tonight on WLWT Blitz 5, it's live at 11 with all the scores and highlights from across the area. Join Charlie Clifford and Olivia Ray tonight at 11 on WLWT Channel 5. And now it's time to send it over to St. Xavier radio team with Tony Shad and Ralph Nardini calling the action as the number 4 St. Xavier Bombers battle it out against the number 3 Lakota West Firebirds. And after the game, be right here for high school football tonight. It's right back on Fox Sports 1360 and ESPN 1530 as Dan Claskins and myself will have all the scores and interviews with coaches from around the tri-state until 11. Don't miss it. High school football tonight right here on Fox Sports 1360 and ESPN 1530. Send it over to Ralph Nardini and Tony Shad.
Hi, I'm Bill Weber.
And I'm Adam Weber.
At AE Door and Window, we love to do homework.
So let us work on your home with these great back-to-school specials. Save 15 to 20% off select Clopay garage doors. Get up to 10% off Pella windows, Provia windows and entry doors, and summer space awnings. And save up to $75 off LiftMaster's next-generation operators.
So while the kids are at school working on their ABCs, you can get your homework done with A&E.
Find out more at aedoorsales.com.
We sell the best and service the rest. AE.
Mela Services has been your one-stop shop for window and carpet cleaning for nearly 15 years. We've built a reputation for excellence with thorough, responsive, and dependable service. Mela's proud of our 4.9 out of 5-star Google ranking because it means we've delivered excellent service to our customers over and over again. So let us put our award-winning team of cleaning experts to work for you. Check us out at melaservices.com/football.
Week 1 of the Blitz 5 tonight at 11 on WLWT. Charlie Clifford here. We start the Blitz season with 2 of the best matchups we may see until late November. You will see the plays that decided 4th-ranked St. X at 3rd-ranked Lakota West, plus an interview with the star of the game. The same goes for number 2 Moeller at top-ranked Princeton. 2 top 5 matchups launch this Blitz season into a new stratosphere. Channel 5, 11 o'clock. Happy football season, Cincinnati.
St. Xavier Bomber Football is brought to you by Broadbeck Porter Insurance. For all your insurance needs, Broadbeck Porter Insurance. Joseph Burning Printing, quality printing since 1883. Conover Family Dental, named top dentist 5 times. Conover Family Dental. The Finneytown Skyline Chili. Eat in and catering too. From the skyline of the Bombers, the Finneytown Skyline Chili. The Lyle team with Sipsy Klein. Call Nick and Katie Lyle with Sipsy Klein for your real estate needs. The Lyle team. RDI. Win smart with our people and your team. RDI. Walt's Hitching Post, a Northern Kentucky steakhouse dating back to 1942. Walt's Hitching Post. 20th Century Theater, connecting the community with art, music, and joy. 20th Century Theater. Now, with all the play-by-play of St. Xavier Bomber football, here are Tony Shad, Ralph Nardini, and Nick Nardini.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to St. Xavier football for the 2024 season. I'm Tony Shad. I'm here with the Nardini men, Ralph Nardini and the much better-looking Nick Nardini. Nick, it's great to have you with us.
Hey, it's great to be here.
So tonight we've got the Bombers on the road to open the 2024 season. St. Xavier against Lakota West. It seems like we're playing these guys every other week, doesn't it, Ralph?
Yeah, it actually does. It's so fun to be playing them. We played them on Wednesday as a freshman team, and it was a nip and tuck game all the way through. I expect nothing different in this game.
Well, if you look at the history of this game, let's just look at the last 5 years. The Bombers hold a 3-2 advantage over the Lakota West Firebirds, but points are at a premium when these two teams get together.
Yeah, Tony, they've been hard to come by for the games. You've seen two teams combine for 17 points or less. The Bombers are averaging 13.4 and Lakota West 9.8. And it really is. It's just a defensive, knockdown, drag-out fight every year.
If you look at projections, and I don't know how there can be lines or whatever or who's favored, especially in a high school game, especially week 1. But if you look at the experts on this, the Bombers are 7-point underdogs. And
I'm sure Coach Specht is fine with that. He's thinking that's nice. So far everybody's seen us in scrimmages. And you know what scrimmages are. I hearken back to when Steve Rasso coached. Mm-hmm. We always knew St. X was never going to win a scrimmage because all he wanted to do was see who he had. And I'd have people call, how could they get beaten? It's a scrimmage. That's what it's for. It's to evaluate the talent. So you're right. I mean, it's the first high school game of the season. Who knows who's favored? We're going to see real quick how they are at this point in time in the season with the knowledge that you don't want to play either one of these teams when you get down to week 7, 8, or 9, or, God forbid, in the first round or second round of the playoffs. Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's just the way both these teams are, both these coaches. That's the way Steve Specht came up through the ranks. I mean, his teams just get better and better as the year goes on. We want to remind everybody that you can email us during this game at xsports@stxavier.org. Chef Eric is already checking in with us, Ralph.
He says, go get him tonight, Ralph and Tony. Well, I'll be real honest with you. They don't want us to go get him. They just want us to describe it. But Chef Eric, he's the best. Supplying food for our kids, our faculty and staff at St. Xavier High School does a wonderful job.
He is. He's fantastic. I mean, we count on him for so many things now, whether it's people coming in for lunches, whether it's after-school events. I mean, he's just the best, and his folks are good, real good.
Ralph, there are some schedule quirks or oddities for the St. Xavier Bombers. For the first time in Steve Speck's tenure as a head coach, all of our regular season games are on Friday night.
Yeah, and that's right. And people were thinking, well, what about St. Ignatius? Don't you play them every year? And, well, we do. We play them this year, but they're coming down on a Friday. They're actually off school, and they wanted to stay in a routine, so they said, can we play on Friday? Now, we're going to play at 6 o'clock that night, but, again, we're going to play them on Friday. And really, we only have 2 games, call them out of town. One's at Centerville, which isn't that far away, and then we go down to Louisville Trinity.
Absolutely. And then you look at the schedule. The Bombers have what is called the 4th toughest schedule in the state of Ohio. Their first 7 teams that they played had a winning percentage of.
Hey, Bomber fans. Patrick and Michael Burning from Joseph Burning Printing, back for another thrilling season of Bomber football. For over 140 years and 5 generations in business, we're proud of our legacy as the trusted print service provider for the tri-state area and are excited for the future. We aspire every day to be like the dynamic duo that has blessed Bomber Radio airways for the last 20 years. Cheers to Tony and Ralph on celebrating 2 decades together in the booth. Let us help you on your next project. Give us a call at 721-0781 or online at josburningprinting.com. Joseph Burning Printing.
We've got 30 seconds to tell everyone how awesome Dad, Dr. Sanger, and the Conover Family Dental team are.
Our dad great?
Yeah, did you know they've won Top Dentist from Cincinnati Magazine 6 years in a row?
Our dad, who makes me clean my room?
Crazy, right. Kathy on Google called him caring and knowledgeable, and Maggie called him top-notch.
The one who bugs me about doing my homework?
Although Dad is the one who says you can't believe everything you read on the internet.
That's true.
Call Conover Family Dental for the best dental experience of your life.
And go Bombers.
Hey, Bomber fans. This is Jake Brodbeck, proud alum of the class of 2011. Our team at the Brodbeck Porter Insurance Agency proudly supports Bomber athletics. In today's market, having an independent agent is crucial in finding you the best options, like our rate lock plan, which helps you keep your rate steady at future renewals despite rising cost. Our agency is committed to the Bomber community, past, present, and future, with my son Charlie, class of 2041, and my nephews Teddy and Parker, class of 2038 and 2041. Call the Brodbeck Porter Agency today at 513-624-0900 and ask for Bob or Jake. Go Bombers.
Where did Dad go?
He's out there talking Bomber football with Mr. Nardini.
We got this. Give me that microphone.
Okay, let's talk about trust. Dad, Dr. Sanger, and the team at Conover Family Dental know how important it is for you to trust your dentist, just like he trusts us to do this commercial.
He does?
Sure he does, and they really care about their patients and treat everyone like their family. You should call Conover Family Dental for the best dental experience of your life.
Okay, guys, are you ready to start recording?
Don't worry, Dad. We took care of this. Just say your line.
You did? Okay, go Bombers.
WSAI Cincinnati, WCKY Cincinnati.
Welcome back to St. Xavier Bomber football on Fox Sports 1360 and ESPN 1530, as well as iHeartMedia. I mentioned our producer tonight is Kenzie Bartone, the pride of Virginia Beach, Virginia. Tony Shad, Ralph Nardini, Nick Nardini here with you this evening. Ralph, just real quick, in other athletics around St. Xavier this weekend, the vaunted St. X cross-country team is running this evening at the Buckeye Sunset Invitational up in Morrow. Tomorrow, the powerful St. X golf team actually plays in 3 different tournaments, one in Dublin Kaufman, one at DeSales, and one at the Best of the Southwest Invitational. The golf team is currently 7-2, but the most important thing is they won the first quad meet in the GCL over Moeller, Elder, and LaSalle, and the Bombers also won the Moeller Invitational. And then Coach Brian Shapers, the soccer Bombers, who are 2-0 with wins over Walnut Hills and Sycamore, are up in playing St. John's Jesuit in the Jesuit Cup. So they'll have a long weekend of soccer up north of us. But it's a good start to athletics. But they're all hoping that the St. X football team follows suit here tonight.
And they just want this to be the start. I know Coach Specht was talking a lot about how this team they just need a little positive reinforcement tonight. He wants them to come out and just show what they can do. We've got a lot of skill, talent on this team, and it'll be interesting to see how it gels, especially his first game.
Nick, you played in St. Xavier football games like your father and I did. What's your stomach like right now over in the locker room?
Oh, you're just excited. You're ready to go. You want to get it done, get that first kickoff, and you just can't wait to get on the field.
This will be, if it holds true to form like it has in years past, these two teams, it's a hard-hitting game. It's usually a low-scoring game. If somebody can break one at some point, especially early, it really makes a big difference.
Yeah, it does. And I know, it seems like if either team can break, get that quick score, get it early, the other team really does. It's almost like they have to come from behind. It's not like we have a lot of time. It just feels like it's going to take us 3 quarters to score, and we better get going right away.
So the Bombers, from a schedule standpoint, they open up with 2 tough road games here at Lakota West, and then next week we'll be up in Centerville to take on the Elks before getting home to have an easy game, right? With Indianapolis Cathedral. It's like playing another GCL school.
Yeah, that's the one, and you remember playing in that game.
Yeah, we played up, I believe, Cathedral up at Indianapolis. They had some big guys back then, if I remember correctly.
You remember correctly.
So those are always fun. I being a defensive player, I always love the defensive games. We hit hard, play hard, and you just have fun knocking people around.
I can remember broadcasting a game here that St. X was not involved with. I think it was Oak Hills and might have been Lakota West. It was a playoff game. Both teams were averaging like 40 points. And they said, it's going to be a great game. It's going to be high scoring. And it was 0-0 going into midway of the fourth quarter. And it's like, first of all, I don't know these two teams. And it's 0-0 going into the fourth quarter. But it ended up being a great ending to it.
Sure.
And there have been some great endings here. The play where the Bombers caught the touchdown pass in the corner of the end zone down to where our right is, right with less than 10 seconds to go.
I was going to say, it was
the
the very end of the game to win the game. Yeah, that was one of those where you knew that was going to be the last play of the game. How's it going to work out? And you got open in that far corner.
Well, you heard from TriStateFootball.com, the Bombers are ranked 4th in the city, according to them, and the Lakota West Firebirds are ranked number 3. You got a big game here. In other GCL games, the Elder Panthers got the GCL. They represented very well last night over at Withrow with a big 28-7 win. Moeller's playing at Princeton, just down I-75, not too far from here, and then LaSalle is at Coleraine. So that's the GCL schedule tonight. Those are the games that we'll try to follow as closely as we can.
Well, Tony, you were talking before just about St. X's schedule, and up at Lakota West, then Centerville, then come back. They play Cathedral, but then they're also home against Withrow, and then it's Moeller and Elder back to back. So you look at the that schedule for St. X, and there's not really a layoff time for them. After Elder, they head down to Trinity, and then they're at LaSalle, and then they're back home for 2 games, which is St. Ignatius, which is, you might as well, again, be playing another GCL team.
Tony Iori checked in, his father of a couple of St. X alums. He said 17 years ago it was his son Nick and my son Andrew playing. Boy, we're getting old. So I appreciate that, Tony. And yes, you really are. Also checking in for us, Russ Weber from his palatial estate in Delhi Township. Says, sounds wonderful. Great to hear our voices again. And even Ralph's.
Nice.
So thank you from your palatial estate. And then, of course, Kathy King has checked in. Said, okay, here we go, Bombers. From listening in Wyoming, tell Ralph I've missed him. So see, you got some
Kathy,
love.
I missed you, too. It's good to have you back with us. So, Tony, I got a text here. So Andy Sweeney's down in Hilton Head listening to us tonight. And I would be shirking my responsibilities if I didn't say these 2 things before we even start tonight. Tony Shad, 20 years, brother.
20 years tonight.
This is the beginning of the 20th year of broadcasting these games. A special shout-out to Father Dye, who said, make it happen. That's all he said.
Gotta like it. He did back in 2005. And, it's a great way to keep connected with our alumni and anybody who wants to listen to St. X football across the country or the world even. We've had some great emails come in from overseas. any place in the country that you can imagine.
That's exactly right. And Tony, I also want to talk about, and this is sad, but I want to talk about our alumni chaplain, Father Terry Baum, who just passed away about a month ago. Father Terry, who right now is up in heaven, sitting in his Barco lounger, enjoying a little Grater's ice cream, and I know he's listening to us tonight. Wow. And there's a special celebration. People listening, a special celebration of Father Baum's life tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. at the Chapel of the Holy Companions at St. Xavier High School. We miss Father Baum. We still picture him in that Barco lounger.
Absolutely. Well, the Bombers won the toss. They'll be kicking off. We'll get ready for the kickoff here in just a second.
The opening kickoff is sponsored by RDI. Win smart with RDI. Companies of all sizes outsource their technology needs and call center operations to professionals at RDI. They are the leaders in the industry with over 5,000 professionals on staff to support your business needs. Focus on what you do well. Let RDI manage the rest. That is winning smart.
Well, the Bombers, as I mentioned, did win the coin toss. They elected to kick off, so they'll get the ball to start the second half. The Bombers are in all white. Lakota West is in all black. They have some white numbers. The 2024 season. And I tell you what, as we mentioned, a lot of electricity in the stadium, great crowd. Looks like it's full on both sides.
Tony got an email here. Janet Weber listening tonight.
From her palatial estate in Delhi Township.
And Levi Spetz, one of our regulars, back listening tonight. Gents, great hearing you again, kicking off the 24 campaign. Can't believe the season's upon us. Seems like Extra was just a few weeks ago. Isn't that true? Sadly, I'm going to miss some of the games. On a flight back from New York City. Is that right to left across your radio dial? That absolutely is right to left across our radio dial. Levi, great to have you listening.
Harken
again.
back to Phil Samp back in the day. I think I aged myself when I say that. Tommy Wall will be kicking off for the St. Xavier Bombers as they're getting ready to place it down at the 40. Again, the Bombers in all white, Lakota West in all black. We're staring right into the sun for probably most of the first half. And I'll tell you what, it is warmed up here. Great venue here, though, at Lakota West High School. Waiting for the referees to give Tommy Wall the ball. I think they're waiting on the scoreboard. Now he's ready to do it, and the 2024 season is just about ready to go.
Lakota West has two men deep in the back.
Wall tees it up on the far hash mark, right in front of the St. X student body. In the 2024 season, Father Terry Baum is about ready to happen. He raises his hand, approaches the football, and the season is underway. Kicks it deep down the far side. It's going to come down at about the 5. He's out across the 10, 15, 20. Has a bit of a seam. He's out across the 30, and the Bombers will make the tackle after he gets across the 40-yard line. So a good return by the Firebirds.
Tony, it looks like they're trying to see if they're going to mark it right around the 40 or just past. Looks like about the 42-yard line.
So the goal this year is not to be a yard off on every play. I think I might just refrain. But so it's first and 10 Firebirds.
Given my age, I might let Nick make the call on the ball placement. He's got to have better eyes.
I'll just correct you guys. That's easier.
And real quick, we've got a referee's timeout. The clock is still running. For some reason, the referees blew it dead, but the clock is still running. And they're trying to get the press box, and the referees are pointing at the scoreboard. It was a good return, though, for Lakota West. They have the ball in good field position to start this drive.
And I have to think, Nick, if you're the defense, that's the one thing you don't want is just a big play before the game starts.
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely. You want to pin them back, keep them inside the 20, 25. That way you have plenty of room to work.
The officials are coming over and talking to Tom Bolden. They're trying to get things straight on the clock. Now they got it back to 11:48. The quarterback for the Firebirds is Sam Wiles. He's a senior. In the backfield with him, number 22, Braden Johnson. While the Firebirds will come out. Little bit of an auspicious start here as the referees need to get the clock in shape, and now we're ready to go, I believe. Wiles is in the gun. He's got Johnson to his left. Standing back at the 37-yard line is Wiles. Claps his hand once, claps him twice, and now takes a snap, hands it off to Johnson, gets around the edge. He gets around the edge and gets tackled on the play by number 30, Ben Lehman. Lehman from his linebacker position spot. Ben Borger is at defensive end on the near side, taking the spot of Gordy Salstead. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Second down. Wiles in the gun. Second and about 5, I believe. Takes a snap. Fakes it. He's going to teach himself go. And he's got room and he's gone. And that's exactly what we talked about, Ralph. I mean, they just broke a play. Quarterback takes it. And the Firebirds are up 6-0. 11:09 on the clock.
And what happened? Oh, we have a flag. And I think what we're going to have is a block in the back, Tony, because one of the wide receivers for Lakota actually pushed the defender, the St. X defender, into another one to try to open up that outside. But
it is against Lakota West.
I'm almost sure it's going to be a block in the back.
How fortunate is that?
And that was looked like the exact same play they ran in the first play. Pulled the guard, the quarterback read the line, and just took it.
That's exactly right. And what happened was that, okay, so it was a hold on the wide receiver. They called it a hold. And that's what they did. St. X's defensive end came in. He bid on that. He came in, and all they had to do was take those two, the safety and the corner, and what they actually hit them fall over each other. But that was the hold, was when he dragged the other one. So it's going to be a second now. Still second down, but it's going to be second and about 3 after that penalty.
They actually pick up
so
still
it's
a couple
net 2,
yards.
and they keep it down.
But it is still 0-0, which is what the Bombers really need to have. I mean, boy, that would have just been a huge play for the Firebirds. And now we've got a timeout. And with that timeout, we're going to take our first break of this game. We'll be back in a moment. You're listening to St. Xavier Football on Fox Sports 1360 and ESPN 1530.
We've got 30 seconds to tell everyone how awesome Dad, Dr. Sanger, and the Conover Family Dental team are.
Our dad great?
Yeah, did you know they've won Top Dentist from Cincinnati Magazine 6 years in a row?
Our dad, who makes me clean my room?
Crazy, right. Kathy on Google called him caring and knowledgeable, and Maggie called him top-notch.
The one who bugs me about doing my homework?
Although Dad is the one who says you can't believe everything you read on the internet.
That's true.
Call Conover Family Dental for the best dental experience of your life.
And go Bombers.
Welcome back to Lakota West, where the Firebirds just called a timeout. And with Lynn and her neighbors listening in their driveway to St. X football.
When it comes to selling your home, do you want a realtor or to be average or exceptional? The Lyle team's motto is simple: happy clients, happy life. They have a friendly, no-pressure approach. You set the price. They take the time to be 100% comfortable, and they'll give you the same high level of service regardless of your property value. Contact Katie and Nick Lyle and the Lyle's team, Sipsy Klein Realtors, and experience the difference for yourself.
So the Firebirds come to the line of scrimmage. In the gun is Wiles. Send the man in motion. Ball's on the ground.
And what happened was the man in motion was just going across slowly. The center snapped it, and instead of to the quarterback, he hit the guy that was in motion.
And that was Luca Gilbert, their 6'8" tight end.
So that's going to be a loss, Tony. I'm going to probably about 3. It's going to bring up a third down and about 6.
Little first game jitters maybe out of their center there. He looked like he snapped that a little bit early.
Yeah, I think he snapped it just a half count early.
We appreciate people getting together in their driveway and listening to St. Xavier football, where right now it is 3rd and 6. Firebirds have the ball at their 46-yard line. Wiles in the gun, running back to his left. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. Awaiting the snap, looking over the Bomber defense. And now we've got another penalty flag.
Delay a game, I think.
Nick Nardini all over that call. So the Firebirds now go back to their 40. where it'll be 3rd and about 11 or 12.
I was going to say 3rd and 11.
A lot of first game jitters going on right now on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, I was going to say Lakota West looks like they can't get their signals right.
They break the huddle. Wiles has a running back to his right. 2 wide receivers only, actually 3, all to the near side. Back to pass and rolling that way is Wiles. Has time, throws deep, almost intercepted. On defense for the Bombers was Lucas Bishop. And it'll be 4th down. So the Bombers defense holds after they probably got a real shock there with the long run by the quarterback that got called back.
Yeah, and this is one of those, and I'm guessing defense will go off the field after this. They'll go on the bench. The first thing they're going to get is a tongue lashing for letting, right?
It's not going to be fun, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Firebird punter standing back at his own 26. It's Alex McClatchy back to return kicks for the Bombers. He's standing back at the Bomber, 17-yard line or so. Snap is good. Nice high wobbly spiral. Fair catch called by McClatchy, and he has it. And the Bombers offense will come back out onto the field.
We are thrilled again to have a sponsor of St. X football, the Skyline. For catering your event too. Visit Skyline of the Bombers, the Finneytown Skyline on Winton Road.
So the Bombers offense comes out on the field for the first time this year. And they'll come out and go right to the line of scrimmage. At quarterback is Chase Herbstreit. Running back in the backfield, 2 wide receivers, 1 split to each side. Got an up back to the left. Herbstreit sends him in motion. That's Daniel Vollmer. Takes a snap. Play action, rolling to the near side, throws, it's incomplete, and Herbstreit got plastered back at the 10-yard line. So the Bombers do a little misdirection rollout. Nobody was really open on that play, and it'll be 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, it almost looked, Tony, like he was just trying to throw it into a dead area. He knew he was going to get hit, didn't want an interception, didn't want a sack. I think he just threw it into a dead zone. So smart play by Herbstreit that time. We'll bring up a 2nd down and 10 for the Bombers on their own 22-yard line.
The offensive back in the backfield that you'll hear a lot this year is Jake Britt. He's standing back there with Herbstreit. Takes a snap. No, actually, that's Vollmer. Vollmer
He fumbled the ball.
He actually looked like he tripped over the yard line. He'll get back to the initial line of scrimmage, I believe. Maybe a yard up. It'll be 3rd and long. So both teams' offense is sputtering it a little bit here in week 1 so far.
Well, Nick, what were you saying? A little bit of the jitters?
Oh, the miscommunication, especially on that first play. They a couple guys ran into each other, and as you said, he just got rid of the ball.
Chase Herbstreit checks back in. Going out of the game is Nathan Glahn. So Herbstreit will face a 3rd and 9. He's got Britt to his right. He's got 2 wide receivers split to the wide side of the field. Up back to the right side of the field, too. Tight end on the near side. Rolling to the right is Herbstreit. Throws. It's caught and complete. It's going to be shy of a 1st down, but it's complete to Cam Taylor. And the Bombers will be forced to punt on their first drive.
Yes. They'll mark that ball at about the 31, it looks like. So bring up a 4th down and a long 2.
Punting for the Bombers is Trent Maxim.
They had 12 guys on the field. They had 12 guys on the field.
We'll have to see. Is it 12 against St. X?
Or is it going to be procedure on St. X? Did they have somebody moving when he snapped it? Because Princeton definitely had 12 guys on the field.
Lakota West?
Or, I'm sorry, Lakota West.
Delay of game.
Don't understand that.
I don't know how that could happen because they came from the sideline and
They came
punted.
flying in. I think Coach Best is trying to figure out how that happened, too.
Maxim back to punt again, but now he's back at his own 12-yard line. Return man for the Firebirds back at his own 39. Ball's on the far hash mark. 21 seconds on the play clock. Snap is good. Maxim, high wobbly kick down the far sideline. That's going to bounce. It's going to take a Bomber bounce. He picks it up, and he gets tackled right away So a nice play by the Bombers special teams. As Lakota West offense comes out on the field, we'll take another break. You're listening to the St. Xavier Bomber Radio Network on Fox Sports 1360 and ESPN 1530.
Hey, Bomber fans. Patrick and Michael Burning from Joseph Burning Printing, back for another thrilling season of Bomber football. For over 140 years and 5 generations in business, we're proud of our legacy as the trusted print service provider for the tri-state area and are excited for the future.
We aspire every day to be like the dynamic duo that has blessed Bomber Radio airways for the last 20 years. Cheers to Tony and Ralph on celebrating 2 decades together in the booth. Let us help you on your next project. Give us a call at 721-0781 or online at josburningprinting.com. Joseph Burning Printing.
Wiles hands the ball off for Lakota West to Johnson, who gets tackled in the backfield. Nice play by the Bombers. I believe that was Jacoby Clapper on the initial hit. They bring in, also in for the Bombers, making on that tackle was Connor Bearswell. So Bearswell and Clapper on the tackle for St. X. It'll be second down, and they say he got back to the line of scrimmage.
Back to the line of scrimmage.
10 at the 33-yard line. Wiles in the gun. Got Johnson to his left. 2 wide receivers to the near side of the field. Nobody's flanked to the far side. Back to pass, looking to the near side. Plenty of time. Oh, it's almost intercepted by number 5, Lucas Bishop. Had his hands on it, and that would have been a touchdown.
I'll tell you what, Lucas Bishop is a player. They've got him playing safety this year. And depending on some of the formations, you'll see him as adjuster, too. You'll see him covering that deep third, and he can cover deep third.
Well, what's interesting is Lucas actually lives up in this area, and I remember his freshman year running for a touchdown and the grin on his face.
Yeah, that's right.
So the Firebirds now face a third down and 10. Wiles, same formation, 2 receivers to the near side, running back to his right. Wiles takes a snap, play action. He's got a man in his face. They throw a screen, and it's blown up. Nice play by Jacoby Clapper, and it'll be 4th down for the Firebirds.
Somehow, Tony, they're going to mark that ball at the line of scrimmage. I don't know how, because Clapper, I know, got him 3 or 4 yards deep. But, again, what a great stop by Clapper. He felt that screen, knew it was coming, and he just blew it up.
So Joe Marquardt is the punter for the Firebirds. He's back to kick. McClatchy back for the Bombers. Nice defensive stand there by the St. Xavier defense. Again, we're in the first quarter. No score here at Lakota West. Snap is good. It's blocked! It's blocked! The Bombers pick up the ball! They're going to have the ball down inside the 10-yard line.
Tony, I think that was Aiden Reeder who blocked it.
So the Bombers get the blocked punt, and they'll have the ball in excellent field position with 7 minutes and 9 seconds to go in the first quarter.
It looked like it came right up the middle, Nick.
They all did. They were coming for that 100%. There was 3 guys in the backfield, and he came through almost untouched.
So it's 1st and goal at the 8 for the Bomber offense.
You could almost see from up here where we are, you could almost see the punter's eyes like, I can't do anything. I'm stuck.
Well, a big special teams play by the Bombers. See if they take advantage of it with their offensive unit.
Well, it's going to be 1st and goal for Bombers.
Herb Street leads the Bombers out on the field. In the backfield with him will be Jake Britt. He's got Taylor and Vollmer split to the left. He's in the gun. Britt to his right. Now he sends Vollmer in motion. They fake it, and it's
Herb Street.
Herb Street up the middle for a St. Xavier Bomber touchdown.
That was a quarterback keeper.
What a nice job. Of course, they went with Vollmer. You know, is coming across the backfield, and the opening of the offensive line made was unbelievable. Herb Street takes it in for a touchdown.
It was just almost a small fake, too, to Britt. It was like he looked at Vollmer, did kind of this head fake to Britt, and he just went right up the middle.
So the Bombers take the lead after the blocked punt, pending the extra point. Snap is good. Kick is up. Splits the uprights. And with 7:04 to go in the first quarter, St. Xavier 7, Lakota West nothing. We'll be back in just a moment. You're listening to the St. Xavier Bomber Radio Network on Fox Sports 1360 and ESPN 1530.
Hey, Bomber fans, this is Jake Brodbeck, proud alum of the class of 2011. Our team at the Brodbeck Porter Insurance Agency proudly supports Bomber athletics. In today's market, having an independent agent is crucial in finding you the best options, like our rate lock plan, which helps you keep your rate steady at future renewals despite rising cost. Our agency is committed to the Bomber community, past, present, and future, with my son Charlie, class of 2041, and my nephews Teddy and Parker, class of 2038 and 2041. Call the Broadbeck Porter Agency today at 513-624-0900 and ask for Bob or Jake. Go Bombers.
Welcome back to Lakota West High School, where the St. Xavier Bombers take advantage of a block punt. Chase Herbstreit runs it in for a Bomber score, and St. X takes a 7-0 lead.
So, Tony, I have a text. My son Tony, who is in his palatial estate in Reading, Ohio, texted and said, "You guys sound good. Congrats on 20 years." He said, "I feel left out. Next week I can join you guys in the booth with Nick to share my vast football knowledge." Nick, what do you think?
I think that would be quite interesting for sure.
Bombers kickoff. It'll come down at about the 9. They had a good return on the first one. He's out across the 20. He's got a seam
He's
again.
got a big seam.
And he breaks it out across the 45-yard line. Yet another good return by Lakota West.
It's the same team as the first kickoff, right up and just outside that the hashtags and the numbers.
So, wouldn't you think, Nick, that somehow they looked at some old films, they looked at what St. X done on kickoffs and had a particular way to bring the ball back?
Absolutely. But on kickoff, you've got to stay in your lane. No matter what kind of kickoff we got, you've got to stay in your lane. And
Requiesce in peace, Father Terry Baum. God bless Walter Weldon. 1st and 10. The quarterback take. This is the play they ran the touchdown with that got called back. It doesn't go very far this time as Ben Lehman makes the tackle just after he crossed the line of scrimmage, maybe picked up about 3.
That'll be about a 3-yard pickup. Be 2nd and 7 from the 49-yard line.
Walt Weldon threw that word in there just for me to see if I could pronounce it, I think.
It's a test, Tony. We're testing you.
I think I got it right. So with Kim and Steve Walter listening and decided for St. X football again, it is 2nd down and 7. Wiles in the gun, running back to his left. Wide receivers split to both sides. He'll throw to the far side this time. It's complete as a 1st down into St. X territory, right at about the 42 or 43-yard line.
Just a nice little hitch pass there. He went about 7 yards and caught the ball.
both the guys on the inside did hitches. Had a couple of guys go down the sideline. Nice little play.
Krista and Jay Devian are listening to St. X football in San Diego, California, saying go Bombers.
Boy, there's a rough place to be.
So it's 1st and 10 Firebirds in St. X territory at the 42. Wiles sends a man in motion, gives it to him, trying to get to the outside on nearest, and it's clogged up. He tried to make a cutback. Making the initial hit for St. X again was Ben Lehman, who is all over the place.
They're going to mark that ball at about the 41-yard line to be a 1-yard pickup, bring up 2nd and 9. You know, it looked to me, Nick, like the defense really read that from the get-go because they had one of their, I think, a safety coming in on a blitz.
And then you had one of the D linemen, number 94, to get in there and made him change direction, and that makes all the difference in those kinds of plays.
2nd and 9 Firebirds. 2 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. Wiles has been in the gun all night. That's where he is at the moment. With a running back to his left. He's back to pass again. Now he's flushed from the pocket. He's got running room. Closing on him is Lehman. They'll tackle him before he gets out of bounds.
He's going to be short. They're going to mark.
On the tackle was Shane Strayhorn along with Lehman.
So I believe that was Berger who got in there. Did a great job getting in. He had him. What he did is he lost outside contain, though. And that's what you can't do as a defensive end. You have to keep that outside arm free.
Firebirds bring in 2 tight ends. One of them is a 6'8" young man, Luca Gilbert.
So it'll be 3rd and 3 for Lakota from the St. X 35-yard line.
A little Tom Bolden like to see so many passes. Wiles has a man straight behind him, and we've got a flag, and it's illegal procedure against the Firebirds.
That's going to take them back to the 40. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 8. That changes your play calling, I would imagine.
Quite a bit. That's nice and easy. 3 yard down to back to 8. False start on the tight end, the big tight end. That guy's huge.
So with Terry Shad listening and Sandy Bushelman listening, saying go Bombers, each of them. Russ Weber from his palatial estate says there's no other scores in the other two GCL games tonight. Thank you, Russell. My better half, much better half, is also listening from our non-palatial estate in Bridgetown. Wiles in the gun, standing back at the 45, back to pass. Has time, throws over the middle, and it's almost intercepted
by
again.
Two different guys.
Going up for the play was...
We had Aiden Reeder who almost got it, and then, of course, Lucas Bishop was right on it again. So that's going to bring up a 4th and 8. Lakota from the Bomber 40-yard line, and they're going to bring out their punt team.
So that illegal procedure penalty really changed a lot of things for Tom Bolden's Firebirds.
Absolutely.
Punter standing back at his own 46. Possible fake territory, or you play field position here?
I think you have to play field position. At 8 yards is a lot to pick up on a.
McClatchy back at the Bombers 10. Snap is good. Nice kick. That one's going to bounce into the end zone. It's going to go all the way into the end zone. So with 3:37 left in the first quarter, St. X up 7-0 here at Lakota West.
When it comes to selling your home, do you want a realtor to be average or exceptional? The Lyle team's motto is simple. Happy clients, happy life. They have a friendly, no-pressure approach. You set the price. They take the time you need to be 100% comfortable, and they'll give you the same high level of service regardless of your property value. Contact Katie and Nick Lyle with the Lyle team. Sipsy Klein Realtors. Experience the difference of yourself. Call the Lyle team today at 513-349-3777 or email lyleteam@sipsyklein.com.
Herb Street brings the Bombers right to the line of scrimmage, standing in the gun, rolling to his right. Throws quick. It's caught on the far side. Big hit, but about a 5-yard pickup.
Nice
Making
catch.
the catch was Cam Taylor.
That was a nice catch by Cam. Got hit right away, but he still picks up about 5 yards. Actually, it's going to be about a 7-yard pickup.
And there is a score down the road from us, down in Springdale, Sharonville, whatever you call that, where Princeton is.
That would be called Sharonville.
And the Vikings lead 7-0 over the Moeller Crusaders early in that game. Here it's St. X 7, Lakota West 0. Bombers have a 2nd down and 3 at their own 26-yard line. Actually, it looks like it's more 27. But Herb Street with Britt to his right, 2 receivers tight on the near side. Now they send a man in motion to the far side of the field. Herb Street waiting for the snap. Fakes the pass, and Herb Street goes up the middle. He's got a Bomber 1st down.
All the way up to the 35-yard line.
He faked a little swing pass to Jake Britt, took the ball straight up the middle, and picked up a St. Xavier 1st down.
Well, I think he saw that adjustment Princeton just made on defense.
Yes. Yeah, he saw everybody drop back.
Or
the safety
West.
drop deep.
Oh,
it's
man.
early in the season, even though it's year 20, everybody.
First game.
Bombers back at the line of scrimmage. Herb Street with Britt to his left now. 2 receivers split to the short side of the field, 1 to the near side.